Chromium is the second Elder Dragon we're going to talk about, and this one hurts my heart a little bit. Because it's cool as hell, and also probably the worst Elder Dragon. Chromium is a 7/7 legendary Elder Dragon that costs 2 generic, 2 white, 2 blue, and 2 black mana, for a total of 8 mana. It has an upkeep cost of white, blue, and black, which is super cool, and it also has flying and Rampage too. What does Rampage do? Well, that's the beautiful part. It doesn't do anything. Oh wait, it does whenever this creature becomes blocked. It gets +X until end of turn for each creature blocking it beyond the first, where X is the number next to this keyword. How could I forget? That's really good. They can't double block this card or it becomes a 9/9. That's insane. And there is like no counterplay to this ability unless they like just don't double block it. What a useful ability. So yeah, Rampage is probably the worst keyword of all time. WotC themselves have called it a failure, and I agree, it's just bad, because the only time Rampage actually does anything is when your opponent doesn't understand how it works, or when it realistically didn't matter anyway. It's really interesting because the original intention for Rampage was to give creatures with Rampage an extra attack, but I guess that was like too fun and exciting, so they were like, no, make it suck. The power of this set has to be nested in Mana Drain and Chains of Mephistopheles. That's how we make the game fun and engaging. So I'm throwing a lot of shades at Legends here, but I do think this card is pretty cool. And that's why I'm throwing the shade. Why does this cool as fuck dragon have to be trash? Like, look at this fucking thing. You're gonna tell me this card is trash? I'm really fucking sad about this. It's also kind of funny that this card is bad because it's arguably the best colors to be in. Like with Arcades, this card is really bad in 60 card, but it is playable in like Old Border EDH if that's your jam. Esper is a decent color identity to be in because you have access to the broke as hell black cards and the broke as hell blue cards, and you have access to the most efficient removal options and decent enough win conditions. Overall, that's kind of poetic, but it would still be cooler if these dragons were just not garbage. They did fix it kind of in M19 though. Chromium the Mutable looks badass in this art, and they didn't really have a direction to take this card based on the first card because all it had was Rampage, so instead they leaned into the lore. Chromium was a shapeshifter, and one thing he liked to do was to become human and hide amongst his subjects to learn how they saw the world and what they thought of things. It's pretty interesting, but all they managed to do was make another Chromium card that sucks. That's a shame, but I guess you can do some things with this if you're persistent enough. Chromium is pretty interesting just because it's so fucking cool, but it does kind of really suck. Oh yeah, I guess I should also address the mana cost. So back when Legends came out, they hadn't decided on which order the colors would appear on a card, because they hadn't considered even doing that. And as far as I can tell, they just kind of did it randomly. Like if you look at the Chronicles printing of Chromium next to the Legends printing, you can see that the order of the colors has changed. These days they follow the color pie in clockwise order. So like if you are white, blue, and black, that's the order that the colors will appear in. If you are red, green, white, that's the order that the colors will appear in. Basically, you just start at whatever color is the first color when going in a clockwise order, and then bam, that's how they do shards. I hope that made sense. I don't really have the brain power to explain it in a less stupid way. I do really like these legendary creatures, but most of them suck. Luckily, the last 3 Elder Dragons are better than the 2 that we've discussed, so that's pretty cool. Let's go over to the art. The original art for Chromium was illustrated by Edward P. Beard Jr., and it's fucking awesome. This art is so fucking 90s. It kinda reminds me of like Transformers or like early 90s Power Rangers or some shit. It's super nostalgic for me, even though I wasn't playing the game at the time this card was used. The art style is so fucking cool though. The chrome techniques are well done as well. I don't know. Overall, I love this art. I think it's fantastic. This might be my favorite Elder Dragon art, but I do like them all. We do only have one more art to talk about though. I guess my boy wasn't special enough to come back in Dominaria Remastered, because all we have to talk about is the Secret Layer drop. This art was illustrated by Lisa Heidhoff, and it's super fantastic. I do really enjoy the stained glass style, and the frame isn't bad. It's such a cool card, and the art really goes hard for this one. Still, that's really all I have to say on Chromium. It's an interesting and flavorful card that has tons of cool factor, but not much else, unfortunately. It's really fun in games where it's strong enough, but those games are pretty slow and low powered. Still, I'd love to hear what you think of Chromium in the comments below. I really appreciate hearing different perspectives. And as always, you can like the video if you liked it, you can subscribe if you give a shit, but either way, I hope you have a magical day. Thanks for watching.